Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's Monday morning. I'm looking a little rough because it has been an incredibly busy weekend for me. My apologies to those of you who have written me an email and haven't gotten back to you yet. I was working all weekend, plus I had my children here, and I've got a lot of children. So, and I'm working all day today, so it's like crazy. Before we get started here, hopefully Spirit will let me have my brain long enough to be able to focus a little bit. First of all, I know not all of you who are watching right now were at my event yesterday. In fact, I don't know if any of my members were there. I think one of my members was supposed to be there, but she wasn't able to make it. I don't know if it was because of the snow or whatnot, but thank you to everybody who did come. It was a very interesting group yesterday. I have to say, every once in a while, Spirit throws together a certain group of people, and there's just too much synchronicity and coincidence behind it for it to be an accident. So, and the interesting part about yesterday's group was that I'm pretty sure almost everybody I spoke to lost a dad, which is interesting considering it was at the Freemasons Hall, which is usually a boys' club, like it's all men that are there. And one of the ladies whose dad had passed, she was wearing his Masonic ring. So it's almost like he said, oh, okay, this is for only the dads today. Not that there was only dads that came through, but anyway. Please watch later for a post that I'm going to do, because since this event, there has been a number of incidences and a number of people that are still in my brain since this event. The thing that you guys have to understand, and that's why I'm talking about this, is that I don't get to control who comes forward or what gets said. What Spirit says and who comes forward to say it is depending on so many different factors. It's dependent on what you need to hear at that moment in time. It's dependent on, if there's a lot of other people around or who you're around in that moment in time. For example, and I just had this happen yesterday, you'll have two people that come together, but Spirit doesn't want to say certain things in front of that person, and they don't want to out their family situation in front of everybody. So for me, it's kind of like, well, what's left to talk about here? And then that person leaves wondering why their family didn't talk about other things. But there's so many dynamics that take place in this. I wish I could control this. That's the thing you have to understand, is that I think any medium like me will agree that this has more control over me than I have over it. In fact, the live readings in the THM Club is kind of my way of trying to get some control on the messages and symbols and whatnot that fly at me on a daily basis. But anyway, make a long story short here, Tracy. My point in reminding you guys of all of this is because I need you to remember that the dead aren't here to tell you how to live their life. They lived their life. They don't come through to tell you, this is why they did certain things when they were here in the physical world, and they don't tell you where they hid their, money before they died, or once in a while they will bring up stuff like that. But for the most part, what I do and what Spirit's, the best messages are just that Spirit needs you to know that they're there. My job is to teach you how to see those synchronicities and those coincidences that Spirit uses to talk to you every single day. Because for whatever reason, I see those connections and those links better than most people do. So please pay attention to that kind of stuff around you. And when you're calling in for the live readings, remember your loved ones are going to validate things that are going on in your world. They're going to validate things with them. They do those kind of things to let you know that they're there. They're not going to tell you how to live your life, because that's not their job anymore. They lived their lives. They're going to tell you that they're there and just want to be a big support system for you. So that being said, see, now I can't even think straight. I think I probably said the same thing like 5 times because now spirit is very much in my head. So we don't have a huge amount of time today. I'm going to let that be all of the, well, no, one more message and then I'm going to take a call. Last message is if you are wanting to book a private reading, there's today and tomorrow. Actually, today might be full, but I think I have 1 or 2 spots tomorrow. And if you get in before the end of the month, if your private reading is before the end of the month, everybody who books a private reading for the month of April, your name goes into a hat. And then on Wednesday, I'm choosing one of those names, and that person's winning a free reading. Or a free group reading, I have to say. Not just a free reading, a free group reading for up to 8 people. So you'll be able to invite a bunch of your friends. It's a $600 value. So make sure you get your message or your readings in before the end of April. Okay, I just need to stop talking and start taking calls. Please remember you have to have a membership to call in today, you guys. It is members readings only today. So, Kathy, sweetheart, I can see that you're calling right now, but I'm pretty sure you don't have a membership yet. And it's interesting that you're calling. I say Kathy, sweetie, because I can see the name. Now that I have an iPhone, it shows me the name, not just the number. Know that you're getting through. I'm getting, I feel your energy, but you have to have a membership. So try back again tomorrow, hon. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi, I got through again.
Yay! Who's this?
It's Heather. It's Heather, and I can't believe I got through again.
Well, it's Members Day, Heather. Of course you're going to get through, but I'm going to ask something of you, sweetie, because I just did 2 readings for you this month, right?
I think so, yeah.
So,
quite a lot.
Okay, so did you hear what I said to the girl that called right before you? Just you getting...
No,
it's funny.
I didn't hear it.
Because I haven't
seen the Facebook, no.
Oh, okay. Because I had said to her, I'm like, just you getting through, because the girl who was calling before you doesn't have a membership, but I could see her name, and I know I've read for her before, and so just synchronicity and coincidence, I have to say this. I had just said, just know that you getting through is a message that you're being heard. And so then you call, and you're like, I can't believe I got through. But you've had 2 readings recently, so I want you to give it just a little bit of time, hon. Not because I don't want to read for you, but because you're going to get a better message when you let a little bit of time go through. And the message you needed was that you're being heard. That's why you got through.
That's all I needed. Okay. Okay, I will let you go.
Call me, give it a couple of weeks, and then give me a call back again, because you're obviously, your loved ones are going to make sure you get through every time.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, sorry. Okay, thanks.
It's all good, hon. Okay, bye-bye. See, guys, I just want you guys to share the memberships. I know, Tammy, if you're listening, you've been trying to get through a few times. You're a member. There's a bunch of members that I have not talked to in weeks or months. There's a couple of members whose memberships are going to be expiring here in the next week or 2. So interesting. I told Heather to hang up so that other members could get through, and now the phone's not ringing. That's so funny. Okay, guys. Maybe I'm just going to keep talking then, because see, whether you guys are calling in yet or not, my head is already full of spirit and messages, and maybe this is a sign that I'm just supposed to be talking about what we're doing here in the THM Club and where this is going. I doubt it. You guys want messages, right? It's funny. I say that and I hear everyone scream at me. But we have 34 members, guys. Are you guys just not used to calling in at 9 a.m.? Is everybody still sleeping? It's Monday morning. What's going on? There's a few of you that, okay, you know what I'm going to do? You guys are calling in. So I'm just going to go through my members book here and scream out what I'm picking up for each of you until you call in. How's that? Lisa? Lisa. You've been on my mind. You're the first one on there. You've been on my mind extremely, but now I have a member calling, so I'm going to answer it. Hello? You're live with Tracy.
Hi, Trixie. How are you?
Trixie? No, Tracy.
Tracy. Sorry. I called the wrong name. I think it's Trixie.
That's so funny. Trixie's like a more entertaining
I know
name.
your name. I blocked you all the time. So why did I say Trixie?
I don't know. Who am I talking
My
to?
apologies.
Allie.
Allie.
I don't know you by Allie, honey.
No, Alisa Justine.
Do you have a membership?
No, I do not.
Oh, see, unfortunately, today is Members Day. Even though my members aren't quite calling in yet.
The one day I actually get through is only Members Day.
Right?
I didn't notice that. I'm like, oh.
I know. That's the whole point of members, though, Allie. This is the reason why we have the members club, because not everybody is calling through, right? So it's so much easier to get through on Members Day.
Okay.
But keep trying. I'm back again tomorrow and Thursday for everybody. So if you got through today, you will get through again. So keep trying, okay?
I will. I thank you very much.
No problem. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Bye. See? This is crazy. What's going on, members? So I'm just going to go back to what I was doing. So Lisa, there's so much change and stuff going around you right now that you've been on my mind constantly. Here we go. I hope this is who I think it is. Hello? Woo, you're very choppy. I heard, hello, Tracy. Who am I talking to? I can't understand you. Hello?
Hi, it's Amy.
Amy, that's exactly who I was hoping it was. Ha! Do you know why? Did you get my message a couple of days ago?
I did actually, but I just haven't had time to respond.
That's okay. As long as you know that you and your loved ones have been constantly on my mind for the last month or so.
Oh.
But, okay, so and it's good news. That's what I have to say. Even as you're calling in now, I'm picking up a lot of good news here. I was kind of, I don't want to say worried, but you're kind of, there's a few of my members that I've spoken to a little bit more and I'm a little more invested in, So
right.
I care a little bit more. And so because I hadn't heard from you and I wasn't sure what was going on, and I know a little bit about your situation, I was just not worried, but I need to know if she's okay. And so now that you call in, I feel this giant relief and excitement and that this is a good thing. Ha.
Oh.
Does that
I just haven't been calling as much because I know you have trying to get this new member thing up and running and just want to give everybody a chance to be able to call in.
Yeah, that's exactly. I appreciate that so much. Okay, but it's definitely your time today. So let's do this grounding exercise and see what they have to say. Because I know it's your grandma. I do remember that much. And she's standing here like, hello, let's go. Okay. So we're going to do the grounding exercise. So if I can get you to close your eyes, and then what I want you to do is with both feet flat on the floor, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing this breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me and give me 1 minute to focus. Oh, she's so happy. Okay. Ha! There's a feel. Okay, so she's not. Okay, so hold on. I got to slow down. I've explained many times that when you first do the grounding exercise, it's like I see the stage curtain open and then I call it the puzzle dump because there's so many pieces coming at me. So I'm going to lay them all out and then we'll go back and figure out where they all fit after, okay?
Right.
Because there's an excitement. There's something about 1 month. I'm not sure what that means. Why do I feel like you're outside for a month? Or hold on. I don't know what this is. I don't know if you're going camping or if you're disconnected for Wi-Fi from a month, or there's something about disconnection for a month, but it being a very good thing. Were you just camping or something?
No.
Do you live, I don't know if I've ever asked you this before, but do you live around a whole bunch of trees?
Yes, I live in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, because she's taking me out into basically the middle of the nowhere, and that's what I'm seeing. That's why I'm thinking I'm camping, right? Because I don't like camping. Anyway, hold on, slow this down. But there's a feeling of this being very good, and she's emphasizing 1 month, either going back 1 month or coming up 1 month, and something is very exciting. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting because you are a member I've spoken to many times, and I know a little bit about your situation. I'm always going to tell you what I know as to what they're telling, and compared to what they're telling me. So I know you're pregnant. Do you find out the sex of the baby in about a month?
No, we just had an ultrasound done. We're having a gender reveal on Thursday, I think.
Okay, interesting. So that's one part of it. That's not what she's telling me, though. Hold on. I don't know what this means. Slow this down. Okay, so that's not what she's trying to tell me. I don't know what this means because she's taking me outside. She's taking me ahead a month for sure. Usually, I don't think it's a week, but it's something that's coming up outside. She's extremely excited about this.
Maybe my kids, they come with me for the summer and they're out of school in June.
There we go. And so, okay, that actually makes more sense because there's a connection to the child. So I thought the child that you're carrying, and that makes more sense because that's in about a month and a half, right? Yes. Where they're getting reconnected with you and they like being outside. That's why she's taking me outside, because you'll be spending a lot more time outside with the kids. Slow this down. It's funny. That's why they don't let me move forward, even though you don't understand it. I might not be explaining it properly at first, or no, because I don't know what I'm talking about, right? I know she's saying kids, go ahead a month. Yay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Has it been a while since you've seen them?
No, they just went home actually from Easter break.
Why is everybody just really excited about baby or something? Because there's so much excitement around you, Amy.
I'm not quite sure. We just found out that my sister had a baby in December and nobody really knew about it. She had a little boy.
That could be as well. Did you just find out like a month ago?
About a month ago we found out that she had a baby. And I know she's planning a trip home sometime, but I'm not sure when that is because we don't really talk.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense to me. See how Spirit will use one symbol and it'll mean multiple different things, but they won't let me move on until you know exactly what they're talking about. So this is Grandma's way of just validating that she's watching over. And it's interesting because she's showing me 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward. So as far as the depression goes, because she's taken me to the head now, I know that you suffered from a little bit of depression before. I think that's why she's emphasizing the excitement, right? Because she's showing that there was a little period there where you took a step back, you were getting a little caught up in anxiety again, and then because she's overemphasizing this excitement to this degree, I think what she's trying to do is validate that you're 3 steps forward again. Sometimes that
I think the month thing, maybe the last month, I've been like really depressed and had a lot of anxiety. That makes more sense.
And you're starting to snap out of that though, right? And as the kids come in the summer, that's going to really help you snap out of it, which is why she's pushing you outdoors. She's very emphasizing the outdoors and the kids. That makes sense, right? Because she's showing that she knows that you took a step back and that you're going forward. It's just a matter of habit, right? It's literally a matter of self-parenting ourselves as far as thinking goes. We're taught growing up that you can't control what you think. But when you learn otherwise, then it's a matter of just mind over matter, right? She's very proud that this depression is starting to lift and that you're taking control of that again, because she's saying that you're doing this. And I think that's why she's showing me your sister and that situation, because it's like polar opposites. You know what I mean? Like there's so much depression still around your sister's world, and you're not stuck in that anymore because you're changing that line of thinking. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Slow this down. And I think the other reason why, did this get worse, this disagreement between you and your sister when she was pregnant?
No, I haven't talked to her in 5 years now.
Because Grandma's just taking me to the pregnancy again, and then she's showing me the up and down thinking, my symbol for up and down thinking. And I feel like just pregnancy itself has a tendency to mess with your hormones. So you are susceptible to depression or negative thinking, and that's not your fault. That's just pure hormones. Trust me, as somebody who's going through menopause, I absolutely understand what hormone is about. The thing is, you can't allow yourself to use it as an excuse. You have to just go, okay, that's my hormones, so I'm going to tell myself otherwise. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
I just see this getting better and better and better. She's overemphasizing that excitement, and as she's going forward in time, I just feel the excitement building more and more and more. I think her message to you today was that you're on the right track, and to keep doing what you're doing, and don't beat yourself up because you fell back a bit. You know, we all do it. I still do it once in a while. I get in a rut, and it's like, you know, the whole world's against me. And
it's so hard to get out of it once you're in there.
Right? It is. But as soon as you can recognize it, it's kind of like I stink myself out of my own head, if this makes sense. Tell me if you know what I mean here. It's like after a while, it's like, oh, can you stop saying that, Tracy? Like, come on, get it together. You know this stuff. And you kind of pull yourself together and take responsibility. And as soon as you do, everything starts changing.
That's right.
She's like, don't beat yourself up because you took a step back. Once in a while, you're human. That's what humans do. That's what this whole life journey is about. That's how we learn going forward. And I think the reason why she keeps emphasizing your sister throughout this is that even though you can't see the effect that your life, your changes will have, I think it's going to affect her in some way, shape, or form. Because we don't change other members of the family who suffer from this same depressive thinking. We don't change them by telling them what to do or saying, hey, you can fix it, do this, and forcing them to do that. We help people change by leading by example. Does that make sense?
It does.
So when she gets word, even if you guys aren't talking, but then when word gets out to her about how incredible your life has turned around and how happy you are, then maybe she will look to you as an example and try to do what you do. You're going to help more than you give yourself credit for. Every little bit matters. So just breathe and give yourself some credit and enjoy Thursday. I want to be a fly on the wall because I keep asking her in my head, boy, girl, and she's shown me both symbols, and so I don't know. You have a girl now, right?
I do. I have both. I have girls and boys.
It's funny because I just see cowboy boots, so I don't know if that means little boy. I'm not sure what that means. I think she showed me this before, but she's just, see, I don't know. She wants to keep it a surprise, I think.
Our youngest little girl, she has a fascination now with horses and cowboy boots, actually.
Really?
Yes, and it's only something that she's just gotten into in the last week, and you've been telling me about these cowboy boots for the last month or so.
Yeah, I thought I said that before. You know, because I think she feels his spirit around. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You'll be able to call in and let me know, or send me a message and let me know if I'm thinking it's a boy. But that doesn't necessarily mean it will be a boy. It could mean so many different things. I've got about an 80% track record on as far as prediction of sex, just because there's so many different factors that play into it, like will they be gay and just the gender weirdness that is in the world today. So
that's right.
Take it with a grain of salt, but I think she feels his presence around, and that's why she's obsessed with that now. Not obsessed, but excited about it. Because she can feel it coming.
She's been going around a lot, too, my daughter has, and saying, baby brother, and I don't know where she's getting this.
Because I think it's a boy. I think, please let me know, Amy, and please keep getting excited. I'm so excited for you. I hope this was helpful.
It was. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You take care.
You too. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I love Spirit. That's the difference between members days and Tuesdays. When people call in Tuesdays and I've never read for them and I have no idea who they are, then the dead step forward, they tell me who they are by telling me how they died, and then we go through that all over again. But when it's a member, their loved ones have already told me how they died like 10 times. They don't want to go through it every time. And my memory starts to kick in. So when a member that I've read for a number of times calls in, not always, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, okay, I know the father's on the other side, so that energy comes forward really clear, you know. It's interesting, just interesting the way Spirit does things. Okay, so remember, guys, members, it's Members Day, so give me a call if you're a member. Jen, I'm going to speak to you soon because she actually won the free reading last month, but she hasn't called me for her free reading. Neither have you, Amy. You won which one was it? The February free reading, and you haven't taken that up on it either. So I'm just going to finish going through my members book here. Michelle, as I say your name, you have the two gentlemen that come forward. I think one's an uncle and one is a... Oh, that's right. He's taking me to the side. I was about to say husband, but I don't think he's your husband anymore. An ex-husband. They're just showing you 2 thumbs up around the boy. Whatever that stress is around your son, you're doing the right thing. You made the right choice. Interesting. You're not a member, Kathy. You called in earlier. And I got to tell you, your mom is right here saying, I hear you. Can you just know that I hear you? And then I'm hearing that darn little monkey behind you dance. Just for those of you who are watching. My friend Kathy, she has this little, I don't know if it's a stuffed monkey or just some kind of toy monkey that goes off every once in a while from her family. And I can hear it in my head as I'm going through my members list. I'm hearing this monkey jumping around. You got to remember, guys, I don't get to control what the messages are for people. And sometimes the message is simply, I'm listening and I'm here. That doesn't mean that they're coming in to say, oh, do this and you need to do that. And the dead need you to take responsibility for your own life, right? They can't choose for you. They just need you to know that you're not alone while you're going through it. Okay, hopefully this is a member. Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. It's Rosemary. I feel bad because none of the other members are calling in.
That's okay. Well, we'll do you. That sounds kinky, but I don't mean it kinky. That's interesting because you know what? It doesn't surprise me that you're calling. You know what? Okay, couple of things. When you say that, I've noticed since I changed the time, then members, I don't know if they just don't know I post it or if it's people are at work or what, but.
We're at work.
Yeah, I think so.
We're at work and we're frustrated that it's 9 a.m.
I know.
I'm closing my door and hoping nobody needs me.
Okay, well, we're going to keep this quick, short, and sweet because I know that you and I are going to speak tomorrow night privately. And here's the thing. Yesterday, actually, was it yesterday? No, maybe actually, see, my days are going so quickly. It was this morning. I get up at 5 a.m. and I got up and I only had like a 10-minute quiet meditation thing. And Dave was in my head. I know that your husband is on the other side. And immediately I felt his energy. And I know I just talked to your daughter not long ago. And I felt him come and just kind of give me a thank you. And then he's like, I can't wait to talk to my wife. But at the same time, I want to talk to the rest of my family too. So he was like, this better be a video. And so then I messaged my sister and I'm like, is Rosemary's reading going to be video? And she's like, it absolutely is. Like, okay, just making sure because he's coordinating that. So the fact that you're calling
that plus we're going to win the group reading, so he's going to talk to us all at the group reading.
That could be it as well because I know he was telling me he wanted to communicate with other people.
Yeah.
Okay, so please knowing that, please know that this reading today, because it's recorded and you're going to be able to show it to other people, may be for other people.
Right, and they're actually, some of them are watching, I see too.
I can feel it. I can feel it. Okay, So let's do this grounding exercise and see what happens, okay?
All right.
So what I want you to do, close your eyes, both feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath, picturing it start at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me and give me 1 minute to focus. Rosemary, did you just have family come to where you are? He's talking about people coming and being excited about people reuniting.
We had Easter Sunday was at my house.
There we go.
Yep.
Because he was there for that. Actually, as you say that, he shows me rubbing the belly. He's like, of course it was. I was there. But he's showing me that people came. I don't know if this was from another city or whatnot. I just see a bunch of people getting together that don't always usually get together.
It was family that usually gets together for holidays like that, but from all over the city. None of them from out of town.
Not people that you see on a regular basis.
No. Well, some I see on a regular basis, some I don't.
Do you have I don't know who the gentleman is that I feel like he's waving to a gentleman that normally isn't watching or something.
Possibly my dad or maybe my brother-in-law might be watching. I'm not sure.
Exactly. That's exactly, maybe even both. Because I feel like he's like, hey, and he's showing me that he's waving to the male. And when I ask him who it is, he's like, the ones that don't watch me very often or the ones that didn't believe in this. It's like, he's like, I see you watching me.
It could be both of them.
Interesting. Okay, so one at a time, guys. Slow down, one at a time. Who's the very tall, thin one? Is this the brother-in-law?
He's taller than Dad, yeah.
Taller and thinner?
Yeah.
Because see, what he's trying to do is differentiate between the two people. So he shows me one is taller and thinner than the other one. This is how we differentiate between who's who. Because what I'm trying to do is sort out where this energy goes, who he's talking about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said that's your brother-in-law?
Correct.
Is his father on the other side? Because
yes,
Dave's bringing forward the father figure.
Yeah. My brother-in-law's father's on the other side, and so is David's father.
Interesting. Oh, they were brothers. That was his brother. That's what you mean by brother-in-law, like Dave's brother?
No, Dave's brother-in-laws are here, but I doubt that they're watching.
Okay, so this is two different fathers you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not seeing Dave bring forward his father. That's why I thought you meant they were brothers, because I'm only seeing one father figure coming forward. What he's doing is he's getting very excited. He shows me the taller, thinner man, which we've established is your brother-in-law, and then he shows me bringing forward the father figure. And then he shows he's very pleased with himself, I have to say. So I feel like somebody is kind of a skeptic about all this, which is cool. Yeah. Which is very cool, because Dave's like, oh, yeah, you're a skeptic? Well, first of all, I see you watching. I know you don't usually watch, and I know you're watching right now. And here's your dad, by the way. He's on this side. He's watching you, too. Slow this down. So your dad's family is like, well, should we do the same thing? Should we start bringing everybody forward? Your dad has a lot of family on the other side, though. So then they kind of like, I think you're
overwhelmed.
I think it's your grandma on that side. She just pushed them back, and she was like, "You guys never mind. This is their turn."
That could well be.
He's just taking this moment to say whether your brother is skeptic or not, or your brother-in-law, Jesse brother, is skeptic or not, just know that his dad is still with him. That seems to be Dave's message today, is he's very happy to just let his brother-in-law know this is real. Spirit does still see you. They see what's going on around. And I just feel that his dad either passed suddenly or unexpectedly, or way before we would think of as their time. I feel like his life was cut shorter than the brother-in-law expected or wanted. I can just feel that loss around him, which is why Dave is like, he's here, and you're not missing that. Because I'm hearing somebody say, I wish my dad would have seen this, or I wish my dad would have known that. And he's like, your dad is here, and he's not missing a beat, kid, not a single beat.
Yeah, Charles's family right now is going through some health issues with one of the brothers. So it is all possible that there's, they're asking him for some assistance.
Yeah, that's probably why the dad is coming forward so strongly, that I'm here with you, I'm here with you, I'm here with you. Again, they can't change what's going on, and they can't tell you what to do, etc., but they can come and offer your support just so that he knows that dad's with them during this time.
Yeah.
He's pulling his energy back. Hold on
Perfect.
a second. April. Who's got the birthday in April? Or the anniversary? He's showing me the rose in April. I want to go back.
It was my Aunt Josephine's birthday, I think, was in April. None of the immediate family is in April.
Keep this in the back of your mind when you and I talk tomorrow, because he just did something that I saw at the event yesterday, and I didn't figure out what it meant until after I left. But
Okay.
he showed me April. He placed hearts all around April, and I felt moving forward. Oh, I think I know exactly. He's talking about, yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. Keep that in your mind, because it's a little bit of a private symbol. But he's very much emphasizing April and how meaningful this month is. That's why I'm seeing it as a rose, which is my symbol for birthday or anniversary. Because I feel like this is the first month of healing, the first month of really being free and being able to move forward, if that makes sense.
Somewhat, I guess, yeah.
That's why I don't have time. I can feel you've got to go more than I do. And
no, not really, but
there's a pressure there.
Yeah.
Are you literally at work, Rosemary?
I am. I'm physically sitting at my desk.
Yeah, I think that's what I can feel. And he's just like, shut up, Tracy. It'll make more sense tomorrow.
Okay.
Too funny. All right. I hope that was helpful anyway.
It was. Thank you very much, and I will speak with you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Take care.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. It's weird. That's like a third-party reading, but very clear. Very clear. Okay. Hopefully, remember. Hello, you're live with Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. How are you?
I'm good. Who am I talking to?
It's Ruth Ann McDonald.
Perfect. I know you have a membership. I don't remember who your dead people are, I'll be honest, but I know you have a membership.
I do.
Because you have a very unique, cool name. So.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's interesting. As soon as I say your name, I'm full of gas, indigestion. Everything starts changing. So I know your loved ones are stepping forward. Okay, so let's do this. Are you ready? We're going to do this grounding exercise. So if I can get you to close your eyes, then we're going to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me and give me 1 minute to focus. Okay, slow that down. So Ruth Ann, there's a couple of things. So right away, the first two predominantly things that I'm hearing is right away there's a feeling of confusion in my head. So okay, slow down. There's I think two people that are stepping forward. There's a gentleman and there's a lady. Somebody is taking me to the head, which is my symbol, and making me feel confusion, which is my symbol for aneurysm, stroke, Alzheimer's, dementia, some type of communication issue before we pass away. I'm hearing daddy's hands, which is my symbol for father figure, or somebody who is on dad's side of the family. I'm seeing distance or space. I'm feeling a huge amount of love. Somebody's showing me the Care Bear stare kind of love, shooting it at you. And I'm not sure exactly who this is. Is your dad on the other side, hon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
That's him shooting you those love arrows. So did Grandma have dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that?
My mother's mother, I never knew, so I don't know the details of her passing or anything like that.
And
and my father's mother is still alive.
Is she suffering from? Is somebody?
She is not well right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody here then is suffering from the dementia or the confusion. That makes sense.
It could possibly be my grandmother. Yeah.
Because
she's 97 years old.
Yeah, there we go. Because as dad's stepping forward, I'm feeling this overwhelming feeling of confusion, and he's showing me the female as well. So he's stepping forward with the female. So the thing that I've learned about doing this is that dementia and Alzheimer's and whatnot, when you know how people in that condition, they talk about the dead a lot?
Yeah.
The reason is because they see them.
Yes, I've heard that before.
Yeah, they're in both worlds. Your dad is showing me that she's there with him sometimes, and that.
Well, I also have that same grandmother raised a Down syndrome daughter, foster daughter, but she raised her from baby up till she passed away. So he could be with her.
Well, as you say that, I see.
She would be like a sister to him.
As you say that, I see another soul step forward, but that's a completely separate energy. I think the reason why, so as your dad stepped forward, he brought the grandmother figure forward as well to let you know he's watching over her, because there's a guilt there, or a worry maybe is the more accurate word, because I feel like you can't do as much for her as you want to. Is she a distance away from you or something?
Yeah, I'm in Alberta. She's in Ontario.
Ah, that makes sense. It's because when you watch this video later, you'll see me. I'm taking my hands over here as I'm talking, because he's showing me she's somewhere else and talking about how you worry because you can't be there to help out as much as you want. And that's why Dad is showing me, he comes through with the Care Bear stare. Like, you know what I mean by that, right? And he's just shooting love, and it's okay. She's with me on this side. And then as I say that, and now that you brought the sister forward, she definitely comes forward. But she passed before we would think of as her time as well, and very quick or sudden. Like, she's letting me know that she was here in the physical world, and then she's on that side, and she's like, ta-da, I'm all better.
Yeah.
She's very dramatic, okay? In a good way, in a funny way. Like, I feel like she's like very animated, I think is the better word. Your dad's like, forgive me, Tracy, I'm a little bit selfish. He's kind of keeping her energy at bay because he wants to talk to you. He's saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I feel this ripped out of my life. Were you very close with Dad?
Actually, no. We only got to know each other in the last 6 years of his life.
That's why.
We were separated our whole lives.
But you did start to get closer to him before he passed away.
Yeah.
Because
I did. I had about 6 years.
Because there's this feeling of being ripped out of my life. Like, and so when you say that explains to me why he's talking about it that way. Because there's a regret there that, unfortunately he didn't get to spend all that time with you. And then when you did start to get close, bam, he was on the other side. That's why I think he never leaves you, hey? He's showing me thank you because you talk to him a lot more and you hear him a lot more. He's like, I'm not dead anymore, da-da-da-da. Because you're able to start to recognize the signs and symbols of when he's around. He's being very specific right now. He's putting me in the car and he's making me feel like you knew he was there. He tried to say something to you and you got the message. Put this down. Hold on. When I'm asking him what it is, I'm hearing a piece, if that makes sense. I can't hear the song, but I think it was a song. So there's something that you had asked, even if you don't, I don't know if you specifically pray or if you believe in God, because just the way he said that, I don't know who you asked, because he showed me you asked in your head, is this the right thing to do, or is this where I should go? And then bam, you got the answer in the radio, and then I feel like you go, hey, is that my dad? Is that you coming forward at this moment?
That makes sense.
He's like, that was him. You need to know that was him. See, the quicker that you stop questioning if it is or isn't him, the better he can direct you. The better he can not direct you, but talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why did he just give you a popsicle?
I don't know.
You know those popsicles that are like two?
Yeah.
And you have to like break them in the middle?
Yeah.
Do you remember those from your childhood?
Sure.
Because I don't know why he's doing this with them, but he's taking me back. So you said your dad was gone out of your life for a long time, but
Oh, yeah.
he was in your life in the very early part of your childhood?
Yes, that's true.
Because I feel like he's taking me way back, and he just like is breaking a popsicle, and he's like giving you one half and him one half, and he's like, I feel like this is one of his favorite memories. Do you have a picture of you guys eating popsicles, or do you have a memory of him and popsicles?
No, that's funny.
It's very...
I do know that, before, you don't remember things, like you don't remember before you were 3 years old,
Mm-hmm.
I think by the time I was about 3 or 4 years old, him and my mother had split, and then we've seen him a couple of times throughout the years, but not for long, and like not for an extended period of time, but we might have seen him for a day, and then nothing for another 20 years.
Do you have young children right now?
I have grandchildren.
That's where we're going here. Did somebody... Okay, here's what I want you to do, because I feel like he's trying to validate that he's very much... See, your dad's message is that he missed so much time and he's not missing anything right now. That seems to be the big message. He's showing me time lapse and taking me back in the popsicles, and I feel like that's something he shared with you that he's watching, and that your kids are now... How do I explain that? There's an emphasis between back then and now. So I'm thinking somebody has something to do with the popsicles right now. So if you have grandchildren, I don't know if they just, like, I'm guessing that one of your kids just went out and bought a big box of popsicles and were feeding their kids popsicles or something. Because I really feel like the message he's trying to say is, this reminds me of you. When I see them and this situation, it's taking me back to you when you were this age. He's directly relating
we were at
them.
Walmart and we bought, you can make your own popsicles.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I knew he's being...
They're not the kind you split in two, but you can make them.
See, Spirit has to go through my filter, so they have to just get me to say what they want me to say any way they can. So he's showing me the kind you break in half, but he's showing me because it's sharing, right?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So that's his way to let you know he was with you in that moment, and that these children reminded him of you way back when.
And actually, when we bought those, it reminded me of when we were kids and we used to make our own.
There we go. See? Oh, that just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
See, I'm not as crazy. I know the crazy lady who just says something like, well, how do the popsicles make sense? You're like, what are you talking about, crazy lady? But that's why I keep pushing, because Spirit, and that there as well. That's why I was going in the car. That's why I felt like he went with you, and you heard me. So it wasn't...
We took the kids to store. Yeah, that's cute.
It wasn't the music. It was you heard me. You felt me say this was just like your childhood. When you felt that reminiscence back to your childhood, that was your soul, your dad's soul, giving you that Care Bear stare hug from the other side.
That's awesome.
Aww. I feel so much better that we were able to get that out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Aww. I hope it was helpful.
It was totally, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. You have an awesome rest of your day, okay?
Yeah, you too, Tracy. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, see, as a medium, sometimes it can be really difficult that I don't understand exactly what that message means. But that's why I don't take offense and I don't get all, I could beat up on myself and be like, oh my God, how embarrassing. You don't know what you're saying. But I know and I trust that God and Spirit have a method behind their madness. So thank you guys all for taking the time, for being here today. I apologize again to my members for moving the time on you. Hopefully you guys will be able to make time when you need to. Wow. I have another client. Obviously, my own brain power was just like sucked away. Anyway, I will see you guys back here again tomorrow, much better prepared, where I actually have a chance to get ready in the morning and have makeup on when I'm going to be in camera. This just proves that I'm not here for me, you guys. If I was, I would have makeup on, my hair would be done, I would actually look like a person. Instead, I just got up and I did what I could, and I just came here because it's not about how I look. It's about the messages that come through. So I hope they meant something. I hope they were helpful. I will see you guys back here tomorrow where everybody can call in. Kathy, try me again because I can hear your mom and I can hear your monkey. And to all of you, have a great rest of your day. Take care.